Devon Larratt is known for many things in the sport of arm wrestling: his endurance, his technical ability, and most of all, his perfect hair. Additionally, Devon is known for his ability to pull in the strap, more so his preference to pull in a strap. Pretty much anytime Devon wins an arm wrestling match, it's in the strap. It is incredibly rare to find a single round of Devon winning outside of the straps. If Devon is holding on to you outside of straps, this is because he is way stronger than you and he's totally showboating. If Devon actually is trying his very hardest to win, he's pretty much always going to slip. Devon's style of arm wrestling is entirely strap based. In fact, his go-to move is a similar vector as slipping. In one way, Devon's move is almost like trying to slip while still inside the straps. This is what forces his opponent to hold on to him. However, Devon did not always used to pull using this technique. Back in the day, Devon would hold on to his opponent all the time. And not only would he hold on, but he would hold on outside of straps. The very thing that the Devon of today tells everyone to never do. This video will cover the reason that the 2023 version of Devon Larratt pretty much only arm wrestles inside a strap. Firstly, we need to go back to some of Devon's earliest matches. It is important to understand that the evolution of Devon's technique did play a major role in his choice to only arm wrestle in straps. However, this is not the entirety of Devon's reasoning. For example, early in Devon's career, we saw him attempting to force people into a hook outside of straps. Today, if Devon were to attempt to hook someone, he would always do this inside of a strap. 2023 Devon is better in the straps regardless of what technique is used. In probably 2002 Devon was better in the straps anyway, he just didn't realize it yet. Let's take a look at one of the ugliest matches in Devon's career versus Taurus of Aachen. If Devon saw the replay of this match today, he would probably throw up. In this match, Devon is literally doing the exact opposite of what modern day Devon teaches. He is holding on outside of straps. Looking closer at this match, it looks like the round in which Devon defeats Taurus the easiest is round 1. And you guessed it, round 1 is the only round where Devon slips first and then tries to force the hook on Taurus. In every single round where Devon loses, we see him just try to force Taurus into a hook initially without slipping. This gives Taurus more access to Devon's fingertips, and Taurus is able to roll out and top roll Devon, never giving Devon access to his arm power. So Devon lost this match because he didn't slip, but then he learned his lesson and never pulled outside of straps again, right? Actually, Devon didn't fall in love with the straps for another 9 years. A few years after Taurus, Devon went to Arm Wars and went up against Tim Bresnan. And in the first round of this match, Devon attempts to force Tim into a hook without using the straps. And Devon nearly loses the round, but manages to flop press and get the slip. Later in the match, the strap doesn't end up making a huge difference because Devon totally gasses out Tim, but the point is that at this time in Devon's career, he was still totally holding on outside of straps as a primary strategy. Still in 2014, against Marcio Barboza, we see Devon attempting to hook Marcio out of straps. And Devon is able to set the hook in this match, but Marcio ends up pinning him anyway. This match probably doesn't tell us a ton about Devon's technical decisions because it looks like Marcio was just too strong for Devon regardless. We also see Devon slip and go in the straps in this match, but Marcio just pins him anyway. The purpose of looking at this match is to show that Devon was still holding on to people outside of straps as his leading weapon even in 2014. Hence, no slip in round 1. And I personally love this match because in case anyone was wondering who the winner is, Marcio makes sure to let us know. But this is still not the match that made Devon fall in love with the straps. The match that did this was 2 years later against the legendary Jon Binc. In the first round of this match, we see Devon once again leading with his standard opener, hold on outside of straps and break arm position. But pretty soon he realizes this is probably not a good idea to do against Jon Binc. Devon senses that Jon was about to pin him easily and he gets out of there real fast. In the restart of the match, now in straps, we see Devon successfully force Jon into a hook. From here, Devon is able to just barely prevent Jon from pinning him. Devon slowly brings his elbow and shoulder closer to his body as Jon slowly gets stretched out. Devon is improving his position and becoming more efficient, whereas the opposite is happening to Jon. Jon recognizes this and surrenders the match. Wow, that worked way better than no strap. Obviously, Devon is just gonna slip from now on. I wonder why he dove into a hook out of straps again. Oh well, he just made a mistake. There's no way he's gonna do the exact same thing 2 times in a row. I think this is one of those matches that really haunted Devon for a long time. You can see on Devon's face that he feels like he should have won this one. He knows that he messed up big time. Even Jody looks confused by what just happened. Now, to be fair, Devon probably wasn't just totally blundering here. He may have been attempting to gas Jon out just a tiny bit more by doing exactly what he did in the first round. Devon has the better endurance, so if he can get Jon to pressure up even for just 1 extra second, it does favor him. The problem is, this time around, Jon knew exactly what was coming, and he capitalized off of it. And this is the match I believe caused Devon Larratt to fall in love with the strap. After Devon lost to Jon, I can't find a single match where Devon's opening strategy was hooking outside of straps. That's not to say that Devon never arm wrestles out of straps, but I don't see him fully committing out of straps like he used to. Now, I totally may have forgotten a match where he did this after 2016, and if so, let me know in the comments. But assuming that Devon isn't showboating or just trying literally anything because he's going up against Dennis or Levon, I can't remember any time when Devon got pinned while trying to dive in for a hook out of straps like he did against Jon, Taurus, and others in the earlier stages of his career. Now, all that being said, is there ever a reason to hold on to someone out of straps like Devon used to? Probably the most obvious reason this might be attempted is the same reason as stated earlier. If you are trying to gas your opponent out as much as possible, you could potentially gas them out further by holding on outside of straps for 1 or 2 seconds and then slipping immediately after. But as we saw in the Devon vs. Jon match, this strategy is extremely risky. And on top of that, it's hard to even know if it's effective or not, because while you are making the overall match take longer, you are also in a less efficient position than your opponent is. So in the long run, it might hurt you more than it helps you. Another reason you might want to hold on outside of straps is if your name is Vitali Leeton or Brian Shaw and you have the best grip strength in the world. But even still, Vitali uses more of a half slip and then grabs onto his opponent's fingertips from that position. This is very different from diving forward into a hook out of straps. But there still is one very good reason to intentionally not slip, and that is if your opponent is trying to hold on to you. In the Devon vs. Hermes match, Hermes was attempting to contain Devon out of straps, which was a totally hopeless endeavor. But we saw Devon take advantage of this by just sitting there for a few seconds and letting Hermes gas his wrist and fingers out. But in general, I think Devon's current concept of arm wrestling is far superior than his earlier one. Never hold on to your opponent, always be climbing, and whenever you practice, the vast majority of your practice should be in straps. Strap arm wrestling seems to be where the sport is already at, and it will likely trend more and more that direction in the future. Hopefully we can all learn from previous arm wrestlers' mistakes instead of having to make history repeat itself and learn from our own.